What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, we're going to be talking about XRP, where I think price is going to go, what patterns I'm seeing on this coin. Without further ado, we'll get straight into today's video. All right, so we're starting off here with XRP on the daily candlesticks, and as you can see, we are looking at a running flat pattern. So I have a running flat Elliot wave over here on the right, and XRP Elliot wave count over here on the left. And as you can see, XRP did do a perfect running flat Elliot wave. So what I'm expecting as a result of this running flat Elliot wave is a bullish move up to a new local high. So our old high is right here at $3.66, and I firmly believe we will break out up above that level as a result of this running flat Elliot wave. Now, if you don't know, the S&P 500 did do a very similar pattern here over here on the right as what we're seeing on XRP over here on the left. So this is an expanded flat correction, very similar to the running flat. The only difference is the C wave actually stops below wave A, where running flat, that wave C stops above wave A. So it's the same pattern, the same type of pattern, type of correction. There's just a subtle difference between the two. And what you can see here is with the S&P 500, we had a huge bullish recovery all the way to a new all-time high. Now, if we're looking at XRP right now, I believe something very similar could happen with the price of XRP, breaking out up to a new local high and proceeding to go parabolic, just like what we see over here with the S&P 500. So be watching for some really big moves coming here on XRP based on this pattern. Now let's talk a little bit about the bigger picture and the accumulation patterns that I'm seeing on XRP. Now, what's really interesting about XRP is it actually looks like a perfect fractal of itself. So here's XRP on the right during the very first accumulation pattern for this coin. And as you can see, we have the exact same structure as what we're seeing over here on the left, which is our current accumulation pattern on XRP. So be watching for a big breakout. We've already started to see that big breakout. As you can see, the price of XRP as it broke bullish out of this accumulation pattern went vertical all the way to a new all-time high. And that's what we've started to do over here on the left. We've started to break out, started to go vertical, but we did see a correction at our previous old all-time high where we pulled back down to horizontal support. And interestingly enough, that's exactly what we saw with XRP over here on the right. In its first cycle, as it broke out, XRP tested its horizontal support level after breaking its old all-time high. So it's really doing the same thing currently that it did historically. So this leads me to believe that we will see more upside in the bigger picture for XRP. So there's two main reasons I'm bullish on XRP. First of all being the running flat correction that we looked at earlier, and second of all being this accumulation pattern that I'm showing you here on the bigger picture. Both of those reasons lead me to believe that we are headed for a big bull market on this coin and that we are ready to see more upside in the near future. So let's talk a little bit about price targets. Now, obviously, I don't know exactly where the price of XRP is going to go, but if we look here in the bigger picture, you can see that based on our last accumulation pattern, we have a long way to go before any real signs of a top for this coin. If it does anything like it did during its last breakout of its last accumulation, then this is going to be absolutely astronomical for this coin. All right, so let's look at XRP on the smaller time frames as well. We're on the 45-minute here, and as you can see, we do have a nice triangle that we broke bullish out of here on the 45-minute time frame. Now we've started to break bullish out of that triangle, and now we're looking like we're pulling back a little bit here. So XRP could see a bottom pretty soon here and start to head up toward a new local high. I think it will. I think it will bottom sooner rather than later. and we should start to see more bullish continuation on the smaller time frames as well. And really that triangle looks even better if you draw it like this, where the support level is down here and the resistance level is right here rather than up there. That looks more accurate as to the triangle that we're seeing here on XRP. So just watch for continuation here on the shorter time frame. As we broke bullish out of this triangle, it's very possible we come back down and retest as support, but watch for continuation. So long as support holds inside of this triangle here, we're likely going to see more continuation on the shorter time frames for this coin. So the smartest thing you could do for XRP is continue to hold and be ready for more upside. There's a lot of reasons to be bullish on this coin, even if you're talking fundamentally, which we don't discuss in these videos. We mainly talk about the charts. But with that being said, fundamentally, XRP is also very bullish. So there's a lot of reasons from the chart, from the structure in the market, from the fundamentals. There's a lot of reasons to be bullish on XRP. Hold on to those. Don't worry about the news. Don't worry about people trying to tell you to do other things. Stay focused on the charts. Stay focused on the fundamentals, the reasons that you bought this coin in the first place, and you will be financially rewarded for it if you continue to hold. I firmly believe that. So yeah, in the big picture, be watching for a big bullish breakout like I talked about. In the shorter time frames, be watching for more bullishness. It looks a lot like the S&P 500 right here. Very similar as the S&P 500 started to bottom out of that expanded flat, and as XRP looks like it could be bottoming out after this running flat. Very similar structure in these markets. So I do think that more upside is very likely. So yeah, very excited about this coin, very excited about crypto as a whole. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and share it with your friends. And I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. And as always, stay profitable out there.